Hi, South Africa. It's David here from Spectrum National Party. And today I want to talk to you about the budget. Ha! Everybody thinks that was great. No tax increases. Really? No tax increases? Okay. Sounds good. No VAT increase. Everyone was worried about that. Didn't happen. Everyone that's dependent on the state, they got increases. Very nice for them. I must say that I think we are misinformed, most people. They think because we put little levies on this, and a little levy on that, and a little bit of a tax on that, it's not that much, so don't worry, it's only 25 cents on the petrol. Seriously? This is the worst budget ever. Why do I say that? Well, if you saw the graphs as how we've gone through our financial situation in this country the past 25 years, you will be very worried. Because it doesn't take a scientist to read a graph to see everything is going up. But the amount of money we're getting in, expenditure is here. That means we've got problems. I mean, the latest figure is 6.8% to the GDP. Overspend. We're on 65% of GDP at this stage. What did the finance minister do? He's going to borrow more money to bail us out. The problem is, the more money the state gets, the more they spend. Now they're saying, the next 3 years, they're going to cut back 160 billion on state expenditure. I want to see them do that. It's not going to happen. Well, maybe some of it will happen. Let's try and be positive about it. But we're going to take money out of the ANC's hands. Remember, the ANC are state dependent. That is how they make a living. They use the state's money to live off. That's where their pension comes from, that's where their salary comes from, and that's where they loot. Serious? They think we are a bunch of idiots and we don't understand what they're doing. Everybody thinks, the person in the street that maybe is not very educated will think that the budget was great because taxes didn't go up. They've got no idea what we're sitting in. They're going to give 60 billion to Eskom and SAA. Eskom needs 250 billion to get bailed out really. 60 billion that they're going to split between Eskom and SAA. He said, it's not going to be enough. SAA needs to go. Why are they keeping it? I really don't know. I mean, it is milking us. But we're hanging on to it. I just don't see the logic behind it. I've listened to a lot of people about it, all these clever people, much more clever than me, and they can't even figure it out. They don't even understand why the ANC is holding on to SAA. Obviously, I just want to get rid of it and be done with it. So, it was a great speech, it was a great budget, but they are not telling us the whole truth. They're not telling us where they can actually get the money to be able to bail out Eskom and SAA. Talking about pension funds, that's going to be a bit of a fight. The ANC government is living on their overdraft, to be honest. That is where they're living. If you are starting to live on your overdraft, you are in trouble. If you're your own personal finances, if you're living off an overdraft, you are in trouble. You will know that. The ANC doesn't care. They maybe don't realize that they're in so much debt, or they're saying, the money will come from somewhere. We need to change our mentality. We cannot earn 5 rand and spend 10 rand. Where is the other 5 rand coming from? Now we're going to borrow it. How are you going to pay it back while spending the 5 rand already what you got? You don't even have money for interest. How are you going to put those things together? We'll figure it out. No, it's not going to work. An interesting fact. Personal income tax basically funds 40% of all taxes in South Africa, their revenue. 40%, eh? 80% of the 40%, 2 million people are paying for. So I'm going to try and explain it again to those who didn't catch that one. So 2 million people's income tax, it's paying 80% of the 40% of the total budget of South Africa's government. Those 2 million people, whoever they are, obviously high income people, they're leaving the country. Every day people are leaving the country. So every day we're losing more in tax. Because the government is not doing what they need to do. Expropriation of land without compensation. Come on guys, we know that's not going to work. Let's do it right. I believe there's people that's been robbed of ground. Yes, we must look at that. We must sort it out. From Spectrum National Party, definitely that is how we're looking at it. The ground, the land must be given back. I agree. But let's go back in history and just go check the history, because I think that the ANC threw the books out. The Malema threw the book somewhere, burned it. Don't want people to see what the history is all about actually. They've made up their own history and now they want to claim land. It doesn't work that way. History doesn't disappear. It's there. It's stuff that happened. So, from our side, the budget been tough. Been very tough. How are we going to fix it? You need to vote in the right party. Now, I'm the vice president, one of the vice presidents of Spectrum National Party, and we have got a plan. But we cannot deliver our plan if we're not empowered. And we need you as the people to vote for us. Spectrum National Party is a multiracial party. At this stage, we've got a colored president. We've got a white vice president, that's myself. We've got a black vice president. We've got a black colored vice president. And we've got an Indian vice president. Multiracial. We are not going to make decisions from one race group perspective only. We're not. We're going to stand together. We're going to fight whatever we need to fight out and get to the place where we make a decision that's the best for the country. Bring me another party that's doing that. There isn't. So please guys, look out for us. Next year is a municipality voting, municipal voting, and we want you to start changing your mindset. The DA had time to show what they can do. They are not delivering. Not the way they can. The EFF, seriously, bunch of radicals will never get the job done. They're very, very good at jumping up and down and making a noise and fighting with people. That they're very good at. But that's not going to help us. The ANC is passive. I mean, the minister is like average 70 years old. We want to put people in places that knows how to do the job, irrespective of the color, and move this country forward. That's all. We all want the same thing, guys. We all want the same thing. Crime, education, the economical situation, as I just spoke about. We all want that to go better. We want to get out of the recession. We don't want to be at rebel status. We don't want to be there. You can make the difference. You can start choosing to vote differently that we can get people in power that can make a difference. It is not difficult. I'm telling you now, it's not difficult to outvote the ANC. It will just take a collective effort from everybody to stop their nonsense and stop their racism and stand together for South Africa. Not, if you don't want to do it for yourself, just do it for the whole of South Africa. Because we really need to stop our stubbornness and we really need to take hands, stop being racist and take the country forward. Spectrum National Party, that is what we're standing for. We are not a small party, we are a new party. And together, we're going to impact this country like you've never seen. So for me, David Kortzer, great speaking to you guys. Connect with me on Facebook. Go like our Facebook page, Spectrum National Party. Follow us, and you'll see what we're up to. We just want the best for South Africa. We want to make South Africa great again. Cheers.